Hey there, welcome to another Friday night watch chat with Bobby Legs and friends. No friends tonight. Oh man, we had some people. I had some people that were coming on tonight, and they bailed. They bailed on old Bobby Legs, but that's okay. We're gonna still have a good time. We're gonna talk about watches. We're going to talk about new releases. There's a couple of interesting ones out there. Chat. I'm going to rely on you guys, but you guys always come through. Maybe I'll throw out the link out there and cross my fingers. And hopefully we get some good ones. But what am I wearing tonight? Man, so as you guys may recall from earlier this week or last Friday, I had gone away on vacation, and I typically bring my watches to my friend's house, right? Just because added security, whatever. I don't have a lockbox, although I probably should at the bank, but I saved the deposit box. So I still haven't been able to go over to his house and get it. So I'm still wearing the Seiko SNR 035. Love the watch. Awesome titanium. Mirabelle's attacking me here. I think she smells something. I wonder what's going on. But it's a great watch. So Bobby Seiko is my new nickname. I have a couple of Seikos on my person for the trip I took, and hey, there she is. Get out of here, you. Get out. Get. She's got sharp nails. No teeth, but sharp nails. Anyway, so let's get this started. Let's say hello to everybody on the chat, and then I'll probably throw out the link, and then we'll go over some new releases. Programming note: this Sunday is just as a reminder, 9 o'clock. Bringing back the Watch Soup with Watchdog Clayton on there. You may recognize him from Sanjay's Saturday night stream, and Sanjay I think is going to be joining us as well. So we're getting the band back together. This cat really wants to get on the stream here, and so we're gonna have a good time, right? We're gonna go over some videos that are happening during the week. There's a Timepiece Gentleman or Anthony Ferrer video that we're going to talk about. It's in the description, so if you want to look at your notifications or upcoming, I forget how they sort it through on YouTube, and I'll have the videos there. I think it's Anthony Ferrer. It's an Oisin O'Malley video on the Explorer 2, and then there's a Federico video there about trying to get your best deal when you're buying pre-owned. So good topics to talk about. Oh, and we are joined by my friend Dib. Dib, how are you? Thank you so much
I'm doing
for
well.
joining.
You
Yeah, nice for you to come through. Hey, what do you got on wrist tonight?
I got the shitter, as you
Oh
see.
yeah, right. It's the bear.
The Tuseno Submariner.
Yeah. No, that's a great watch. I have one myself, and hopefully I'll be able to pick it up from my friend this weekend, so I could start wearing it again. I missed that watch. Nothing against the Seiko, but I like a little diversity during the course of the day, as I'm sure you do too, as well, Dib. Dib, let's say hello to everybody on the chat, and then we'll talk about some new releases, buddy. What do you think?
Yeah, sounds like a plan.
Peter is here. How you doing? What's going on, Peter? Chaz here. What's up, Watch Geeks? Bruno, what is up? Bill K is here. How you doing, Bill K? Rick, how you doing? Good to see you. Let's see here. Brownie's here. How you doing, Brownie? Bruno, the new Hamilton Chrono is a looker. Hold on to that thought, Bruno. We will be talking about it. Maybe we'll get a hot take from Dib on that watch. What's on the wrist, Rick? Me, Moser Godberg limited edition. That's a great looking piece, Rick. Bruno is wearing his Citizen Bryson Titanium 1 that he picked up this week. James Duffy, how you doing, sir? Good to see you. James has got a great Instagram account, Sandwich Time, I believe it's called. James, why don't you put that up there? It's a great follow. Um, the intern's here. Oh, the intern's here. Interesting. Where have you been, intern? Where have you been? We got to onboard this guy finally. Joey B is here. Keith is here. How you doing? Flora is here. What's up, man? Good to see you. Paul with his Pelagos 39. Marceau wearing the IWC Portofino tonight. Underachieving watch collector is here. Mason One is here. Got all the members of the Bobby Legs YouTube channel on YouTube here on the member group, and you get access to the Bobby Legs Discord community when you become a member. So something to keep in mind. Um, the intern, just like the Ohio State University. Oh boy. Uh, hey, Thomas Burnett is here. How you doing? BJ is here. What's going on? KR Joy is here. How you doing, sir? Stefan also here. Rob is here. Mountain Standard Time. Good to see you, Rob. Ken is checking in from Pittsburgh. Wilson's here. Joey B's got the speedy on tonight. That's it. I'm leaving. No, stay, Bruno. Stay. Hey, Sanjay is here. How are you? What's going on? Um, let's see. I'm pretty sure I said hello to Ken. Um, hey, Jared. What's going on, man? How you doing? Listening on the drive home. Oh, excellent. Thank you for joining us this evening. Lyndon is here. How you doing? Hey, Anish, happy Friday to you too, buddy. Um, the intern. Don't worry about being stiff up, Mr. Legs. So I think stood up. I put a brownie under your chair to eat. Whoa, a brownie? Wait a second. What's going on? What's going on? Oh, oh, he was here. He is doing his job. He got me a brownie. No wonder Mirabelle was going crazy. Thank you, sir. I'm gonna be up all night now with that. Thanks, intern. Um, let's see here. Mez9 is here. Get out of here, cat. Um, scrolling. Hey, Mr. Cassioc is here. How you doing? Um, and yep, just still catching up here, watching Typist Gentleman video, but snagging that fake AP about snagging that fake. Yeah, it wasn't. It was a Daytona, no, right? I think it was a. Unless you made another video. Dan is still wearing his long jeans. Very good, excellent. Um, wow, 6EQUJ5 is here. Welcome. Good to see you. Um, and scrolling. I think I caught up to everybody here. Wow is wearing his Zin 903. Excellent choice. Sympathy for the bezels here. How you doing, sir? Wait, whoa. Ken is wearing microbrands tonight. Double wristing at the NHG sub and the Notice Conrail. Very nice. Navy Blue Monster. What's up, man? He's wearing his Marine Master SBDX 017 tonight and still loving it. Excellent. Um, no, it's not Wayne. It's Mirabelle. I mean, Wayne is somewhere else, but Mirabelle is the one that's trying to get some airtime here. Um, Time Hill is saying, I think that may be the most compassionate gesture I've seen in a long time. Tim at the intern. Okay. Um, Dib. Okay. So we got some new releases this week. In anticipate, well, I mean, what watches was it? Watches and Wonder? Is that what it's called? Um, that's coming out at the end of the month, but still the releases are still coming in, and there's some interesting ones for sure. Let me bring that up here on screen. This is what the intern is is supposed to be doing, but I'm doing the intern's job, of course. Hey, look, let's talk about this. Garrick coming out with their X6 collection. Good looking watches. Love the guilloche. I briefly was in love with Garrick watches for a little bit, and actually thought about putting an order in. But the moment has passed for me. What are your thoughts on Garrick, Dib, and this release here?
I think it's tough to say. I think it's a good watch, but it's not for me.
Yeah.
I think it would appeal to people who appreciate hand finishing.
Hmm.
If you want to create a piece unique for yourself, if I remember correctly, my friend Alex told something about the cases are bought from like a local supplier.
Yeah.
Like Garrick hand polishes like each one of them, but they like to do things the old-fashioned way, where everything's finished in-house. So if you value that, definitely, I think. And again, these are not cheap watches. They're like
No.
7, 8,000, nine
At
thousand
least.
dollars,
Yeah.
fully made in England. So I think it does make a case for itself. They're not to my taste, but for somebody else who prefers this aesthetic, I think it's a win.
Yeah. I think I have had heard that there might have been some quality control issues about a year or two ago, and perhaps it sounded like Garrick was growing, the brand was growing a little too quickly, or getting too many orders and trying to get some stuff out, and some of the quality may have suffered. That's what I've heard. I've never held one in hand and don't know, but I do like what they're doing. Again, I think the moment has passed for me though. In general, with Guilloche, I really was enamored with it. Still like it, and probably will own something that has some sort of Guilloche. But I'm looking more towards like something like an RGM for that, just because I also, if you're in the UK and you want to support Garrick because it's a UK brand, I have the same kind of like direction or feeling about RGM, American watchmaker, and wanting to support that. And I feel like the price points are relatively similar as the Garrick. But anyway, I mean, good looking watches for sure. I like what they're doing. Just like I said, the moment has passed for me. Tom's saying I like Garrick, one of the decent British brands. Rick saying Garrick, Line, several others, not all unique, but I like them. Yeah, I feel like I bunched these all up. These brands, right? Yeah, these small little brands here, the Garrick, the Lanes, even the Benzingers, like they all kind of feel like the same kind of like watch to me, even though they have subtle differences. Like they got they started off using those 6498s, those Unitas, and decorating the hell out of it, and decorating the dials, and it all feels like the same. And maybe that's why it's like kind of like I've lost a little bit of interest because I feel like there's a lot of these little guys around. Anyway, I'm just nitpicking. It looks great, for sure. And Sanjay saying that he loves the Garrick hands. Wilson says he'll take a Kadoki instead. Interesting. Joey B says, I think Garrick is fine. The brand has kind of left me feeling cold. Big Riss is here. Hey, buddy, what's going on? Love RGM, but don't forget about my man Cameron Weiss in the U.S. Yes, absolutely, for sure. But Cameron doesn't do the kind of level of like decoration
Yeah, I mean,
that you'll
two
see.
different price points.
Yeah, two different animals, right? Okay, moving on. Let's get back here to the home page. Okay, Maurice Lacroix coming out with a couple of chronos here, and the first thing I thought was like, this kind of reminds me of like a Portugueser to a certain extent. Do you see that, Dib, or am I crazy?
I think the first thing that came into my mind was I'm looking at a tag. What's it called?
Ah, that too. Yeah.
1887. Like
Hmm.
just yeah. I mean, again, like it's difficult to reinvent the wheel with a chronograph, especially with a value in that configuration. But this looks so similar to the tag
Yeah.
1887s. And like yeah.
Yeah, I do see that too as well. Yeah, I mean, what are your thoughts on Maurice Lacroix in general, Dib? I don't know what to make of them personally. What do you think?
Honestly, I just it's a has been their brand. Like people want to get into watches. They don't know a lot. They go into a local AD. They have 1,000, 1,200, 1,300, $1,400 to spend. The AD gives you a discount. Says it's a good watch for the price, which I'm sure it is. Good materials. Uh, you go and buy it and then forget about it. And then once
Oh,
you wake up and you get more into watch collecting, then you're like, oh, I don't need this watch.
yeah,
That's how I see this watch,
yeah,
on people's wrists.
yeah. MB saying pass on the ML. Paul saying they can't all be Carreras, but they do try. Rick's not buying Mercequa. This is giving me Hamilton Jazzmaster Chronovate. It's interesting, right? I mean, like, so like I say Portuguese or Dib says tag and James says Jazzmaster. So, and to your point, Dib, it's kind of like hard to reinvent the wheel here. I guess some of these brands they just hope they stylistically hit pay dirt and it catches on fire and people you know will rush to get it. Maurice Lacroix. I mean, I think they do some interesting things. Believe they have like a masterpiece collection. Is that the masterpiece collection? Is that them? Well, they have anyway. And so some of that stuff is real interesting, but then some of it is very pedestrian, and other time another like the Acon is very homagey, but kind of was a popular watch. I feel a lot of people were into that watch. So it's just one of these brands that I guess I think to myself, how are they still in business, but they still end up selling a lot of watches somehow because they're still around.
Like
So,
if you just take off your glasses, and start thinking about it just from, I don't know anything about watches and I see
mm,
this.
hmm,
It's not a bad looking watch. I mean,
right,
numerals, but for people who know better, I think that it won't appeal to them. Is there a
yeah,
market for it? I'm assuming yes, because they're
yeah.
still in business,
Hmm.
releasing more watches daily. So
He's also saying I should explore British brands more. Brands, I keep on saying brands. Trouble the ones I like a look of are expensive with a capital pound symbols there. Paul saying the new Jazz Master is really good. Detroit Spartan, the second nicest guy in the watch world, only behind Sanjay at Thomas Burnett. How are you, my friend? Oh, okay. A little conversation going in there. Big fan, big wrist, not a big fan of Maurice. Bruno saying Belovish. Wow. Um, so it's just interesting how we all have different takes. Yeah, Paul saying it's got the IWC numerals, Carrera tension ring, and a CW light catcher case. Bruno saying I think this ML would look better with stick in the C's rather than numerals. Yeah, yeah, I could see that. I also think like the hands could be a little bit thinner, like a kind of like a Portugueser, and but then maybe that's just me wanting a Portugueser. Um, is Maurice Lacroix independent? Too lazy to Google it? Um, I I
honestly, I
I
think
honestly
they
I don't
are,
know.
but
Yeah.
I think they're part of some Chinese conglomerate or something.
Mm.
But yeah, I mean, I'm too lazy to Google it too. So
Maurice Lacroix, Frederic Constant, Raymond Wild, Bon Mercier, they can all merge and be one brand. I ignore um,
now the
Paul
only
saying,
difference is, Bauman Marseille, part of the Richemont group,
mm,
like different, like Freddie C, part of Citizen,
yeah,
Raymond Weil, I don't know, some chump on YouTube, who knows? Armin cares, but I don't care about that
Yeah.
brand.
Bon Marché has a history though.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
shame that that brand really has a history. You know. Um, okay. Okay. Let's take another look at maybe I'm gonna jump. I'm gonna jump to the Hamilton release because I think it's gonna cause some I don't know some tension in the chat. Uh, okay, Deb, just
I
give me what you think.
I don't. I mean, again, it's a decent watch for the price. Um, I don't care for it.
Yeah,
It's like I will probably see them for like $800 on Joma Shop in like 7 months,
yeah,
and that's the end of it. Like if and I'm sure this is a mechanical chronograph, probably in the mid $1,500 range. I'd just get a Zen 356
yeah,
or the 103.
yeah,
It has better provenance than this watch. Is it a good looking watch? I think it is. It is a little derivative of the Rolex Daytona, but
yeah,
unfortunately, you can't really escape that when it comes to a bezel like that. The configuration that it is. Date window could be better, but you know,
yeah. I'm thinking like why does Hamilton? Why did they feel like they needed to do something like this? I mean, the heritage of and the history of being like a field watch and they've expanded and they've done other kind of lines, some more they've done diver lines like the kind of like that navy line. You have the jazz master. You have so much like historical models, right, within the brand. And look, I mean, I can't besmirch any brand for trying something new, but I don't know. This just screams we want to jump into the Daytona game,
it's
or look-alike game.
at the end of the day, Hamilton is a Swatch Group brand where moving inventory, moving units matter more. And,
Yeah.
and, and this watch will appeal to many people who like the
Hmm.
look but can't afford a Daytona. So
Yeah.
it's an easy sell.
Yeah.
I'm being a negative Nelly just because it doesn't really float my boat. But as a whole, if you take all criticism out, like it's an attractive case. It looks good. Has a rock solid chronograph movement for a reasonable price. Think of it, I think I'd say if you think of it that way, then it makes perfect business sense. Because Hamilton has a bunch of quirky models which are chronographs, and
Yeah.
those don't sell well. Because I think there was something which I picked up for like $500 from Nordstrom, and it was like 1900 retail. So, and Nordstrom is the official uh, Hamilton retailer, so you get the full warranty on the
Yeah.
factory. So it's just it's another forgettable watch, but it's there. It helps sales.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I suppose. I suppose. I mean, it just does nothing for me at all. But you're right. Someone will do something for someone. Um, Justin's here. He's strapped in.
I mean,
Um,
think of the scenario. It's Thanksgiving, or
yeah.
it's Christmas. Wife takes in husband to do some shopping. They see it is lying pretty in a Nordstrom case while they're looking at the Jimmy Choos. The lady is like, "Hey, let me buy you this," and there you have it. Scenario created, watch bought, Hamilton happy.
Yeah. Uh, yeah. Okay. I suppose. Um, Keith is saying I really like these Hamilton. Pandas, pandas, pandas for everyone. Hamilton Snore Master says sympathy for the bezel. Maybe Blue Monster passes on this Hamilton. Um, Paul saying it's good to be me. It's it's good to me, but I don't hold any entry level swatch with super high regard. Bruno, he likes the blue and the gold. Yeah, I think the blue is a whole lot better looking watch than the gold or gold like color. Detroit Spartan always agrees with it. Here's another love fest. I mean, I think Detroit Spartan just can't get enough of you, Deb. Rick thinks he looks decent. The intern here, the Hamiltons are more unique than they get credit for. Hot take by the intern. Please, intern, educate us on why you think they're more unique. We'd love to hear what you have to say. Um, I think the date window on this is fine. It disappears though. Rather have an Intramatic. Yeah, I think I agree with you, Mesnine. The Hamilton is fine. I don't think it's an offensive copy, but I'm also not drawn to it. It's not special, in my opinion. Other Hammies, I'd rather have. I agree. This is like maybe there's like 10 Hammies that I could think of that I would rather have than this. But that's just a matter of taste. Um, Definitely Intramatic over this one. I take this over the PRX Chrono. Maybe, James. I'm gonna have to disagree with you. PRX Chrono, although it is also another derivative integrated bracelet kind of look watch. I like it better than this. I do. I'm gonna pick up one of those one of these days. The big wrist is he's got one, and I'm jealous. Um, Hamilton will sell a lot of these, and you're right, KR, and you're right, Dib. I mean, they're probably going to sell a whole lot of these.
Yeah, I mean, it's an attractive watch. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just that it won't appeal to me. I'm a hardcore Seiko guy. So if I want something cheap and cheerful, all right, less expensive, I'll always buy a Seiko, keep it for 2 months or so, and then flip it off, to somebody else.
Yeah,
It's just not. It doesn't tell me that, all right, I need to go buy it right now.
yeah,
That I don't get that feeling from this watch.
yeah. Bruno says, I think this watch you have to see it in person to appreciate. Okay. Well, I'll reserve further judgment. World according to Dib, love it. Oh man. At least the Hamilton will have a decent third party movement in it. Easy to own, cheap to service. It's a decent option for people in that price bracket. Good point. Good points
Yeah,
here. Good
100%.
points. Big Risk says the PRX Chrono has a very nice vertical brushing and better fit and finish. Um, what watch would Cocaine Bear wear? I think this is directed to you, Dib.
I think Justin answered it the best way possible, a snowflake. Yeah.
Nordstrom closing in
If I
Hamilton.
if I had to pick a Hamilton chronograph, I'd pick the Intramatic chrono with the dual registers.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
That to me is much more
Yeah.
distinct.
Yep.
Again, that's not a sporty chronograph. I think this is a much sportier chronograph. But the dimensions on that watch work far
Mm,
better for me, and I just
mm-hmm.
like the design better on that.
Mm-hmm. Paul saying that the case and finishing on the PRX are excellent. Cheskin, I'd say a G-Shock or full gold day date with with the cartel money, with in regards to Cocaine Bear. What if they had a movie called Cocaine Panda? Then I mean, like, would have to wear a Daytona, right? I would imagine that bear. Um,
I
wow.
think I think somebody, or sorry, the Cocaine Panda has to wear the white ceramic hublot. Has to fit the
Oh.
bag. The panda, the Daytona
Yeah.
Panda is, it's an excellent watch. I'd love to own it, but
Yeah.
it's okay. But the
Yeah.
hublot, a ceramic watch, white ceramic, he needs to cause a sensation when he comes in,
Yeah.
and that will tell people, oh boy, there's some cocaine there.
Wow, Hussein. Gentlemen, thanks for the education and the entertainment. I need your honest opinions, thoughts, preferences, both. I've been waiting all week to hear your thoughts. On this, wow, or did I miss what you were asking about before? Please let us know exactly what you want us to give our opinions on. Cocaine Bear is a G-Shock fanboy. Um, Dominic C, I like the black one on the bracelet for a more affordable. for a more affordable chronograph. Intramatic is great, but no 12-hour bezel like this one. Um, okay, I gotta say that black one looks pretty good. Um, I think that's probably my favorite one out of these. Um, this oh, there it is on the bracelet. Okay, I think I like it better on the strap. Um, but yeah, I mean they both look good. They both look good. They both look good. Oh, here we go. Yeah, and the renders don't do it a favor. The live pictures are better. Um, and I guess this is just a regular three-hander. What are these watches going for? Let's take a look here.
I want to say
Um,
1700 probably.
so the three-hander 34 millimeter goes for 1125 euro. Oh, did I pass all this? Hold on 1 second. I guess it's back up here. 2400 euro. Hmm. I don't know. What do you think about that price?
I'm not buying. I
Yeah.
wouldn't. So I've reached a point in my watch collecting journey where I don't feel the need to buy a Hamilton. So I'm not buying it either way.
Yeah. Yeah. What's a cocaine panda going to do? Run around and hit its head on stuff? Pandas are so stupid they can't survive in the wild.
But they look
Oof.
cute, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, this is turning ugly on the panda, though. Take the logo away, and no one calls that a hammy. Um, I was looking at your profile, and I think we could be friends. Kindly send me a friend request so we can continue this conversation. What? Did someone say 34? Yes. A big rest hard pass. Justin is more of a red panda guy. Myself, isn't a red panda? They're not even bears, right? They're like marsupials, aren't they? Kinda. They're. I don't know. Maybe Justin, could you verify that for me? Coked up panda would be epic, hyper focused, cute, but lethal. Really, okay. I think I read somewhere that pandas um, are not really well endowed, and so that's why it's hard to like get them to mate or be successful at mating. Um, I think I read that somewhere.
Now so yeah, I mean, like the zoo officials, or like the helpers at least, they literally have to coax the pandas to mate. I thought I would bring it up, but then I'm like, all right, I don't want to demonetize your stream, or but
No, but this is, I mean, like we're not saying anything uh, um, illegal here or
no, no, no. I mean,
distasteful. I mean,
that's a fact. That's a
yeah,
fact.
yeah. There's a lot of coaxing. Okay, okay. You know what? I mean, like cocaine though is not going to help. So,
I don't know. I haven't done it.
well, I'm just saying that it's what I heard. Just to know, I'm saying red pandas are related to weasels or something like that. The Florida man of bears. Okay. Maison saying I bought my Navitimer for 3,500 pounds, so spend not much more than a hammy to get a pre-owned icon. Hmm. Yeah. Um, okay, Wrist has got an answer there. Um, pandas are more growers, not showers. Is that what you're saying? No, no, I don't. I think they're not even growers. Uh, you know what I mean? Like I think it's just very difficult. Let's put it that way. Let's just keep it that way. It's just very very difficult. Um, uh, every man ever watch a panda chowing down a bamboo? It's magical, hardest growing substance in the world, and it chomps through it like a piece of celery. Yeah, and koalas with the eucalyptus. I mean, like that. Like they you get no nutritional value from that. I don't know how I just jumped to koala. Maybe we're just talking about bears and hard to eat things, but they had to eat so much eucalyptus leaves for them to like actually get any like nutritional value. So yeah, it's interesting why these animals necessarily don't take the easier way, but that's probably because they're animals and they're you know I don't know. You think evolution would help them out? Um, Dib on cocaine, sign me up. Ever watch a Joey B electrocute himself with bamboo? Also magical. What?
I'd pay to watch that and then help you out, Joey.
Yeah, yeah. Um, Paul saying that pandas are mean. Hmm. Okay. Um,
Mean girls get a lot of attention.
yeah.
All I'm saying, they look cute.
A cocaine panda would probably have a grand Seiko bamboo.
Now the
Uh,
question is, which bamboo? Is it
yeah,
the
yeah.
green bamboo, or do they get the Omichi?
That's a good one. Oh man, cocaine Tasmanian devil. Yikes. Yikes. Okay. So let's move on. Um, what else do we got here? We could talk about the Armin Strom in a second. Um, Louis Vuitton. Are we interested? Are you interested in talking about that one, Deb?
I don't even know what that is. I mean, if you ask me, I'll say nice watch, and then that's about it.
I feel like this watch has been out before. Maybe it was just a diver, and now it's coming out with a chrono, street diver chronograph.
That, that's a
Why?
very raw watch.
Yeah, yeah, that's a very watch for that guy. I don't know. I don't know. Why do we care about a Louis Vuitton watch? I mean, hmm, not sure. I like to see what. I guess maybe somebody who's a big Louis Vuitton fan would like to add this
Well,
to it.
their watchmakers are the ones who are about to revive Daniel Roth. So
Right. Okay.
uh, I'm
Okay.
again, I'm
That
excited to see that.
conglomerate.
I'm excited to see it, but I don't think I'll ever be able to afford it just because probably gonna be in precious metal, probably gonna cost north of 20 grand easily.
So this is a $10,000 watch. I mean,
I mean, somebody's out there who
yeah,
likes it. I think I've been negative a lot, so I'm trying to even it out.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah. Well,
so somebody who likes it.
the public likes it when you're negative, though, Dib. So feel free to open it up. But I mean, like, look, for that kind of money, you can get like a Seamaster and a Speedmaster, right? You know what I mean? So,
I'd probably have 2 grand Seikos maybe, but yeah,
yeah,
I know what you mean.
um, yeah. We do miss clandestine luxury. I hope if he watches, we'd love to see him again. But he likes Louis Vuitton, I believe. And I would love to hear his take on this. The stream has hit epic lately. Okay. You mean Dib doesn't show up at LV on the regular? Hmm.
I mean, you take a look at me, and do you think, oh, that guy shops at Louis Vuitton? No,
If I had an LV watch, my lady friend might actually care when I talk about my watch. That's interesting. That's interesting. Two Grand Seikos. Stay away from Wilson, Dib. Okay.
hey, I'm
All
not
right.
getting my Pepsi, so I might as well buy my Grand Seikos.
Yeah. Yeah. No, look. I mean, Detroit's. I mean, like we're not staying. We can't. We don't want to stay away from Wilson. Wilson is the king. He's the man, right?
He's a lord of the manor. He owns Detroit. I mean,
He
Michigan
does own
bows down
Detroit.
to him.
I mean, I'm surprised Detroit Spartans allowing you to use the Detroit in your name. But maybe you paid him off. I don't know. Maybe there's a little bit of that. Cute has a very short life expectancy. LOL. Becomes Karen. Ouch. Ouch. Okay, let's get rid of this Louis Vuitton. Um, is this my new favorite watch of all time now, Dib? Armin Strom. We got a chance to see Armin Strom at Watch Time New York, and I knew of Armin Strom and some of the people that we hang out with, Dib, in the watch community in our circles are big fans, but I never really thought too much about him. until I saw, some of the models live in person, and they were amazing. And this one is just such an amazing watch. It's beautiful and it's gorgeous. I love it. I love it. And maybe my new favorite watch, my new, Grail watch that I'll never ever buy. Right. But look at this thing.
I
Dip.
think I think as a resonance watch, it represents a good value, and I hate to use the word value for a
Yeah.
$70,000 watch,
Yeah.
but I again, like, this is
Look at
not a
that.
watch. It's not a circle I roam in. The
Yeah.
only one I can think of is the FP zone, and I'm sure it's not the 150K. So in that regard, this is one of the horological bargains. I'm extremely loath to use that word. I think, for me at least, if I could save up to that point, yeah, like where I can buy Armin Strom, and I did not know anything about the brand till watch time. Like they have the Tribute One, which is extremely good, and what was the other one, which was, shoot. So I think that it's called the Gravity Equal Force. I think
Mm.
that's also a cool watch, and
Yeah.
again, they're not cheap. They're very expensive. Probably 19,000 dollars
Mm-hmm.
or Swiss francs. I mean, if I sold a few pieces, I might get there.
Right. Right.
It's and the funny thing is, I went up to the person who was,
Yeah.
teaching everybody or educating everyone about how the resonance works. You know what? It's a sales guy. Then I come back home, and it's the CEO. And
Yeah.
like the passion that I saw in the
Yeah.
CEO's face, that a brand owner, or like he guides the company. Many
Yeah.
times people don't know what their product is,
Right.
and this person actually took the time. He took a pen and paper and explained the mechanism to me, which I've already forgotten, so don't ask me.
Sure. Yeah.
It's just amazing. And I had no idea this brand existed. I did not know a lot about it. And that I think the Gravity Equal Force of the Tribute One, they do have a pizza cutter face,
Mm-hmm.
on the dial side, but I'm seriously impressed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is gonna be the independent darling of 2023.
I'm
Uh,
I'm not going to say that.
no,
If it had happened, it would have happened already. That's how.
I think they're gonna just grow in popularity, but during the course of this year, even more so, they'll be more in the conversation. I feel Detroit Wilson. Yeah. Yeah. That sounds good. I'm a fan of these products. Justin is saying. Thomas Burnett Armstrongs makes some interesting pieces. They sure do. I agree with that. A resonance, hard complication to get right. Absolutely, absolutely. Keith wanting to know the new release of the Fair Moon Phase. We'll take a look at that one, Keith, for you. Yeah, we'll do that. Um, Steve, he was impressed with Armstrong at watch time, same as Deb. Yeah, Armstrong makes me think of baking soda. Imagine how angry that bear would be if his cocaine was cut with too much Arm& Hammer. Bringing it back to the bear. Absolutely. Okay. Um,
Did I lose you? Hello. Oh boy, I'm alone.
wrong button. Sorry, guys. I got back here. Um, let's get back here. Let's see the intern. We got to get the intern here. This is what happens. I lose. Okay. Um, let's just see what else is here. I think. Oh, yeah. So look. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. This is like the PRX for me. This is the PRX chrono for me. The new variation of it. with the blue subdials. I love this thing. What big wrist? What do you think about this one? I love this thing. I think it's very very cool. You got a Baoju movement in it, 7750, I believe. It's actually kind of decent case back here. Um, it's not terrible. I've seen a lot worse. Tissot coming with rubber straps now too for their PRXs, so you don't have to necessarily go to Deluxe for them. But Deluxe makes a great product, no doubt. Um, yeah, Dib. I think I'm a buyer one of these days for sure.
It's too big for a skinny wrist. I'll pass.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean it's a handsome looking watch, integrated sports bracelet. Uh, Really good. All I need now is to see Bobby Legs wearing it. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I got to put my. You're right. I got. I mean, I just got to put my money where my mouth is. Fair moon phase. I don't know if we might have to go to Instagram to find that one.
Sure, which I think Worn and Wound. Let me look at Worn and Wound if they have the article or not.
No, I think this is it here, right?
Uh,
I know they. Yeah, yeah, but I think they. Yeah, ships 27th of April. So these are it. I saw these on Instagram. Um, I think what I mean. I like the idea. Let me take a step back. When brands do a moon phase, one of my pet peeves is when they do a very very small moon phase that's tucked away in a corner somewhere. Give me a big moon phase, right? Like Meistersinger or Christopher Ward. That these moon phases or that other Arnold and Son, the moon phases that just take over the dial. Give me something like that. I know it's a pretty much useless complication for most of us or all of us who are not farmers or whatever. But just show me it, show it off, and so I like that Fair is doing that here. There's something about this case though that I'm just not too crazy about, and I think that's why it's a deal breaker for me. But I like Fair. I like what they're doing. I like some of their chronos. If you want a reasonably priced, affordable moon phase, this may be an option for you. What do you think, Deb?
I think, and again, I have not bought any Federer before, but I think it's a cracking release. I'm actually really tempted, but
Okay.
I think I'll wait because one of my local friends, he has a thing for Federer, so he has like 10 or 12 of them, so he already bought two. So I want to see them before I actually commit to it, which I probably won't. But I mean, looking at the case flank, looking at the movement decoration, which I think is pretty decent. It's a Celita movement, manually wound. What was it? 216, I think. It's just the moon itself. The moon disk is not loomed, but the moon itself is loomed. I think it's a very handsome watch. I think the only criticism I'd have for this watch is why the red tip seconds hand. That,
For the other one, yeah, yeah.
I think that's the only like look at that red tip. I think they have done it so it's more legible. I'm assuming, but that kind of throws me off a little bit. The salmon dial is particularly fetching for me, at least.
Oh yeah, I mean that's a
And
decent case back there.
again, a hot take.
Mm,
I don't. I'd get this over a Garrick watch.
what?
Yeah, I'm not somebody who really supports independence or these indie companies trying to make it. Let them make it and then I'll think about it. I'd rather buy a Breguet, for 12, 13,
Oh well,
14.
yeah. I mean, yeah, Breguet. I mean, but fair. I mean, like, okay. Um. Uh,
See, I mean,
thank.
essentially, I'm saying save the money,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I know what you're saying. Thomas, right. Thank you, Thomas. Just to encourage the punters to click join and become Bobby Legs member. Yeah, Thomas is very, very active on that Discord, and he's like the MVP. He's the MVP. He really drives the conversation there. It's really cool. Look at the case flanks on the fair, right? I think you mentioned that. Very very good looking, very cool. Joey B really likes them. Yeah, I like them too. I just there's something about that. I don't know if it's a cave shape or like that the bezel area.
Does it
Um,
make you think of a lizard?
no. Does it
No,
make you think of a lizard?
kind of.
Okay, okay. That pick that loom pick is awesome with the moon phase. I like it, but don't love it. Fair colors are a little garish. Keep saying I agree with Bobby Legs. I like the when the moon phase is big, which is kind of rare. Paul saying the fair design is fresh. You can look at one and know exactly what it is. Kudos. Good point. Good point. Would anyone consider this a fair price? I'll see myself. uh,
I think it's a decent price. I mean,
yeah.
you can't ding the price. It's 1650 plus probably let's say $100 on import duties.
hmm
The Christopher Ward moon phase, which has a much bigger moon on the
hmm
dial,
hmm
I think that's like 2 grand. Uh,
hmm
Quality is very comparable with the two brands.
Yeah.
Uh, which one you will pick? That's a personal choice.
Right. Right.
It's a good looking watch. If you like it, buy it. You
Yeah.
know.
JB saying the ball makes a nice move. You're absolutely right. Ball's another brand that makes it very nice looking moon phase watch. Thomas, Fair are a decent British brand making a lot of different watches at decent prices. Agreed. Like I said, I do like what they're doing with several of their chrono lines in the past. Full moon on your ball, Joey? Sounds exposed. Oh boy, I should have probably read that before I read it out loud. If you buy a Fair and it doesn't come magnetized, thank the watch gods. Oh, okay. Detroit Spartan, maybe you have some experience you want to share. The intern loves Fair, and he loves the salmon one. Detroit Spartan, more dib in his life. Man, wow, wow.
Honestly, when I went to Wind Up, there are like 5 brands that I wanted to see: Formex, Christopher Ward, Fairer.
Hmm. I think,
Wind
I
Up.
think, yeah. Sorry.
That's how much I love micro brands. Minaze was number 4,
Hmm.
uh, and Fortis and Hanart 6.
And yeah, well, you said Formex, yeah. Um, James, I think you nailed it. What it is for me, it's the transition from the bezel to the lugs is a bit garish. You can see it right here on the left.
Ooh,
I th-
fancy.
I think it's a bit harsh. I think that's what it is. But I still like it. Bill Spruce, if we join, do we get an autographed Bobby Legs Moonphase Speedmaster? If I had a Moonphase Speedmaster, I'd probably keep it, even though the Moonphase would be very small. Dib, does it make you think of Thor?
No,
No.
I don't
I know.
see. I don't see the resemblance, and I'm not walking into that again.
Okay, all right, yes. No, no, we won't let you walk into that. Wilson saying nice Panerai homage. I think he's kidding. Moon phase will give you a heads up when the full moon will occur. That's true. That's true. That's probably just as good as what it's worth for. Um, Navy Blue Monster Fair have some cool designs, but the bronze on the crown is a turnoff. Okay. Um, and Borealis. Oh,
Sure, why
Borealis was
not?
at the yeah. Hand
You
hearts are
should.
great dib. I thought about getting one of their 417 ES 1954 corners. Those are really cool, Thomas. I like those a lot too. I've come close several times to picking one of those up on Watch Pies. Menaze had 5 visitors in total.
Again,
Um,
I'm not gonna go to a rant, but the placement of their booth was abysmal. I mean, it was in a very bad spot,
mm, hmm
flanked by a very
I know who he's flying by.
uh, uh, let's just say a shitter brand. Couldn't think of anything better.
All right, fair enough. Menage is definitely not for everybody though. I
No,
do appreciate them.
it's not. I mean, you need, again, like, even for me, I wouldn't buy one, but it's a great watch, and like the technology on the bracelet, the case, the finishing on the dial, the lacquer, the Maki E Urushi lacquer, it's insane, and they're pricey. They're not cheap. Like most of their watches start at 3,000 US, going all the way to 10 grand. And like you have these works of art, handmade, hand polished, to almost Grand Seiko standards, which I don't know is official or not, but that's just me. And then you have Chinese copies in the on the left side, and people just want to buy 50,000 of them. So that's how
Yeah,
the world works.
yeah. Well, look, I mean, they have a distinctive look to their models, right? So that's probably why a lot of people probably overlook them and don't even like realize all the pluses that you just mentioned, right? So it is, it's not for everybody on those watches. I mean, you can appreciate them, but it may not be something that you would buy in the first place, right?
I'm gonna throw a car reference. It's like buying a spy car, you know, very very boutique Danish brand, making few watches. Sorry, few
Yeah,
cars.
yeah. All right. I think the cats are trying to tell me something here. Before we sign off, and thank you so much, Div, for coming on. I think we had a good one tonight. Um, I always like to know what you're thinking in regards to anything that's on your radar, anything looking good. I
I
know that could change, but
it can change,
yeah.
but I mean, I bought a that I bought a watch like two
Mhm.
days ago,
Yeah.
and again it was a pre-sale, so
Mm.
it's currently being serviced by the brand. I have so many watches that I'm waiting. I think I'm up to six now.
Were you waiting for 6 watches?
Yeah, two Mings, Cartier, Grand Seiko, Belcanto. How many are those?
That's 5.
All right, I won't. Let's forget the sixth one because that's just begging.
Yeah,
So
that's wishful thinking, right?
yeah,
We're waiting for that same one. Um,
so
so
five watches.
yeah, yeah. Um, wow. I hope that they're at least a little paced out, for you.
That's my biggest worry because I just received an email today saying that, hey, Mr. Mukherjee, your Belcanto is delayed till early April. The Ming was delayed to April. The watch that I bought 2 days ago is delayed to April. So
Mm,
I think March is going to be a dry month for me.
yeah.
I don't think the Cartier is supposed to come in May. The second Ming is sometime in the summer.
Mm.
So it's tough. It
It's gonna be an interesting couple of months, but I mean, like, but you're gonna have some things coming. You're gonna be unboxing something like every few weeks, hopefully, and that's always fun too. I mean, it may not be fun on the purse strings, but it's still gonna be fun anyway. Well, Deb, thank you so much. Wait, Chaz is saying dry month equals only 6 new ones.
I think I did went a little overboard buying. Like I bought the grand. Well, I traded my Iwate for the Peacock. Then I got the Tatami. Then I got the SLA 043. Then by impulse, I bought another SLA 043, which arrived today. So I have to sell that because I mean I don't like sending things back to ADs if I can help
Right,
it.
right.
If I say I'm buying it, I'm buying it. Now I don't know.
Yeah, but at least that I don't think you're gonna have a problem selling that SLA 04 or 43, or at least getting what you put into it, right? I
Yeah,
mean,
I mean
yeah,
it'll
you got
go
a, you
up.
got a good deal on it. You got a really good deal on it.
I got a pretty good deal on
Yeah,
this,
yeah,
so definitely that helped. Uh, So yeah,
yeah. Well, Dib, thanks again for coming on tonight. You're if you're not loved by everybody, you're definitely loved by Detroit Spartan. So that definitely that means something. That's currency somewhere. Um,
Pretty much.
chat chat. Thank you so much for your participation tonight. You guys always make the streams a lot easier for me to do, and I enjoy chatting up with you guys. And just one more reminder: this Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern, Watch Shoop is coming back. Watchdog Clayton is on there. Watch he has that podcast, the Watchdog podcast, and Sanjay from the Engineer Wannabe channel also there. We're going to be discussing a couple videos. Take a look at the description of that video, that notification live stream for the list of the videos that we're going to be discussing, and we're going to bring our A game. So hopefully we'll have a great time. Anyway, guys, have a good one, and we'll see you Sunday. Good night. Take
Yeah.
care.
Bye.
Bye, Dib.